What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports back you guys with another video. This video I'm here with my Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers NFL Week 5 preview and prediction. I'm going to be previewing this game and giving my prediction for who will win this game. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So we have an AFC North divisional game here. Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore is going to be at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 1-3 going into this game, coming off of a dominating win versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Baltimore Ravens have been on a 2-game losing streak, dropping games to the Kansas City Chiefs and losing to the Cleveland Browns last week. So this is a very big game for both of these teams. If Baltimore loses this game, they drop to 2-3. And if Pittsburgh loses this game, they drop to 1-4. So if Pittsburgh wins this game, they become 2-3. And if Cleveland loses, they end up becoming tied for first place in the division. And if Baltimore loses this game, they're going to end up being 2-3. So I think this is a very big game for both of these teams, and specifically for Pittsburgh because they end up being 1-4. So a big thing with the Baltimore Ravens over the last couple of weeks is I've been seeing a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans being very, very upset with the secondary. And the guy who a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans have really been going strong after has been Tony Jefferson. I've even seen a petition made to bench Tony Jefferson. And I mean, I think Baltimore Ravens should bench Tony Jefferson and start my guy Deshaun Elliott. Because look, a lot of teams, a lot of players on Pittsburgh and Cincinnati even said they don't know why Deshaun Elliott isn't starting. I think it's time to start Deshaun Elliott. And this is coming from a Steelers fan. I think Deshaun Elliott is a very great player. I wanted Deshaun Elliott as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I was very peeved off when he ended up getting drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. And Pittsburgh really needs a guy like Deshaun Elliott in that secondary right now. So the fact that the Baltimore Ravens aren't giving this guy a little bit more playing time is a little bit surprising to me, because I'm just trying to figure out how long are they going to keep this guy off the field. Because listen, Baltimore Ravens fans literally are making petitions to bench Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson, you can blame him for a big reason why they lost to Kansas City. And I think you can blame a big part of the loss, about 33% of the loss of why they lost to the Cleveland Browns last week. So Tony Jefferson has not played that good. So I think it's time to start Deshaun Elliott, man. Start the Joker. And also Patrick Owasu, he was not good. He has not been that good in coverage this year as well. And the fact that it is really surprising that the Ravens defense has not really been performing to the level they have been expected to perform to, because coming into the season, I thought this was a top 5 defense. And I mean, I know Kansas City's offense is good and everything, but I wasn't expecting last week for the Cleveland Browns to explode and put 40 on the Baltimore Ravens. And the fact that Nick Chubb, I don't know what this dude did before the pregame, but this dude came out like he was a man on a mission, and he just beat down this Baltimore Ravens defense, man. It looks like the Baltimore Ravens defense the last couple of weeks, I don't know what's been going on. I don't know if they're getting out physical. I don't know if they're just getting tired from being on the field a little bit too much. I don't know what's going on. And now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, on the other hand, you get a confidence booster versus winning the Cincinnati Bengals. And this game is at home. Now, everybody knows that it's very hard to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. So if you're the away team, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, this is not the ideal environment you want to go into trying to get back on the right track. Now the question for the Pittsburgh Steelers is, this Baltimore Ravens defense is very talented. So for the Pittsburgh Steelers, you better hope this Baltimore Ravens team doesn't wake up from the sleepwalking that they've been doing the last 2 weeks and end up waking up and playing up to the level that they're supposed to be playing with the time that they have on that roster. And the reason why is because Juju Smith-Schuster, as a Steelers fan, we don't know. I'm starting to question, is he really a true number 1 wide receiver? Because he has not showed up the last couple. Other than that touchdown, that big touchdown he had versus the 49ers, he hasn't really did much of anything. So Juju Smith-Schuster had to have a big game. I mean, I want to see something out of Juju Smith-Schuster. I want to see Juju Smith-Schuster have a game when he goes over 100 receiving yards, has 2 touchdown catches in this game, because Juju Smith-Schuster has not looked like a true number 1 wide receiver. He needs to play a lot better. And also, we don't know the status of James Conner going into this game. At the time I'm recording this, James Conner has sat out the Thursday practice, so we don't really know the stats of James Washington, but you got Jalen Samuels, you got Benny Snell there as well, and Mason Rudolph has played pretty well, like I've been telling everybody. If Mason Rudolph keeps up playing, I think Big Ben might end up retiring if Mason Rudolph keeps on playing the way he's been playing. So, I mean, this is a very important game. This is a divisional game. Divisional games are always very important. But in this game here, it's really important because a lot of things are on the line. Baltimore, if they lose the game, they'll be 2-3. And they will blow their first place lead in the division. If Pittsburgh loses this game, then they're going to end up being 1-4, and their playoff hopes are pretty much down the drain at that point. So this is a very big game for both of these teams. Both of these teams, this is a must win. Now looking at my keys to victory, what each of these teams needs to do and they would have a chance to win this game. The Baltimore Ravens need to be able to get pressure on Mason Rudolph. We haven't really seen a lot of teams get a lot of consistent pressure on Mason Rudolph, and him being a rookie quarterback, that helps him out a lot. But if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you're going to have to get those pass rushers going. Patrick Washington is going to have a big game, and they're going to have to get pressure on Mason Rudolph because last week, I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals weren't really able to do anything to stop this Pittsburgh Steelers offense in the second half, and Mason Rudolph was basically sitting back there like this, reading the defense, doing whatever he wanted to do. So if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you need to be able to get pressure on Mason Rudolph and make him play like an inexperienced quarterback. I mean, out of all the games Mason Rudolph has played so far, like 2.5 games, he played a half versus Seattle. I have yet to see this guy play like an inexperienced quarterback. So far, he has played like a veteran so far. So the Baltimore Ravens defense, they need to get pressure on Mason Rudolph and get him playing like a young quarterback. The next thing the Baltimore Ravens need to do is they need to be able to run the football. Now, I love Lamar Jackson and everything like that, and I know the Baltimore Ravens have been passing the ball a lot more than what they've been doing the last couple of weeks, but I still think the strength of this Baltimore Ravens team is run the football, and I also think that's a big reason why their defense has been struggling, because I think their defense has been on the field a lot more than what they were last season. So if you're Baltimore, you want to run the football, sustain drives, and give your defense a little bit of a break, because I don't know what's going on with the defense. I don't know if they're getting gas or what it is, but I think to help out this defense, you want to sustain to have long drives, keep the Pittsburgh Steelers defense on the field, tire out the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and give your defense a rest. And the last thing the Baltimore Ravens need to be able to do is they need to take shots deep, because the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary, although they played very well versus the Cincinnati Bengals, this Pittsburgh Steelers secondary has been a pretty big question mark the whole entire season so far. Other than last week, it's been pretty suspect so far. And also something that's not listed is, because I didn't have enough space, you need to limit turnovers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been an absolute turnover machine on the defensive side of the ball, so the Baltimore Ravens need to hold on to the football. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers need to be able to do to win this game is they need to contain Lamar Jackson, and you don't want Lamar Jackson running all over you. You really don't, and you really don't want him passing the ball over you, especially with the way the secondary has played so far this season. So they need to be able to contain Lamar Jackson. Notice I say contain, because at this point, you're not going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson. You're not. I mean, if you try to force him to pass the football, he's going to end up running the football. You stop him running the football, he's just going to dart you up passing the football. So, I mean, you really can't stop Lamar Jackson. The best thing you can do is have Lamar Jackson beat you from inside the pocket and get those pass rushers like Stephon Tuitt, Cam Hayward, and TJ Watt going. So, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you need to contain Lamar Jackson. The next thing Pittsburgh needs to do is you need to stop the run. I still think that's Baltimore's bread and butter. And, I mean, although our secondary is absolute trash, I mean, well, it's not trash, but it hasn't really been that good so far. They still need to be able to stop the run and force Lamar Jackson to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers through the air. And it's not because the secondary, it's because those pass rushers, you want to give those pass rushers opportunities to get after the quarterback and force turnovers like how they have been doing the last couple of weeks. And the last thing is the Pittsburgh Steelers linebackers have to stop the tight ends. Now, the Baltimore Ravens have a lot of tight ends. You got Mark Andrews, and you also have Hayden Hurst as well. So you got the Baltimore Ravens have a lot of different tight ends, and the tight end is a very big part of the Baltimore Ravens offense. So these linebackers, specifically Devin Bush and Mark Barron, they're going to have to be able to have a pretty solid game covering these tight ends, and also Devin Bush, because we drafted Devin Bush, traded up to get Devin Bush because of his ability to guard and defend tight ends and how good he is in coverage, which is something that Pittsburgh hasn't really had the last couple of years since Ron Shazier got injured. A linebacker that can cover the tight ends and cover the middle of the field, and that's good in coverage. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this game, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game, simply for the fact that Pittsburgh is playing at home. And this is a Baltimore Ravens team that is absolutely reeling right now. They have lost 2 straight games. They got gashed by the Cleveland Browns, and they got gashed by the Kansas City Chiefs, even though that game's a little bit close, but the Browns game wasn't even close. So I'm going to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just think this is a Baltimore Ravens team that is right now, they're rolling right now. They're trying to find answers, not really on the offense, but specifically on the defense side of the ball. And this is a Pittsburgh Steelers team that is very good up front. So I'm going to go to Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I think Pittsburgh wins this game 24-20 is my final score prediction. So that's it for my Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens preview and prediction. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.